Tim Collins with Cullman today. I'm out at Dafford Smith Stadium in the town of Fairview, or on the Fairview School Complex campus. It's the Battle of the Unbeatens. It's the Peewee Cullman County Youth Football Association. Cullman Cyclones 5-0, leading the Eastern Division, the Western Division, against the Fairview Aggies, who are 5-0, leading the Western Division. These are 5th and 6th graders. The first half has been a scoreless tie. It's been a defensive battle, a lot of hard hitting, a lot of smart play calling, limited penalties, just a couple of minor injuries. It's been pure football. People ask me, they say, Tim, why in the world do you come out and cover 2nd graders and 4th graders and 5th and 6th graders in football? It's just elementary students. Hey, I've got a cheerleader from the Cullman Cyclones. How did it go at halftime? Did you have fun? Awesome. There's a big halftime for the Cullman Cyclones cheerleaders along with the Aggies. So anyway, what was I? They asked me, why am I covering all these kids playing football? They're just kids. They're just playing football, and that is true. But what I've discovered since the Jamboree games forward, the parking lots are full of cars. Parents, friends, family, grandparents, support staff, referees, concession stands. All these people come out to watch these young people play football, and what I've noticed behind the scenes is they're being taught life lessons constantly that I don't think they can get in the classroom. Competition, sportsmanship, grace, etiquette, not screaming at the referees even though you feel like it. It's really been amazing. So, we're starting the second half, scoreless tie. And the Cyclones were 3 and out. They're going to punt. That'll put the Fairview Aggies taking on the ball and attempting to score. What I find interesting is at this level, these guys are actually very skilled. They do a great job running plays. Coaches don't physically have to grab them and put them in position like the fire plugs. It's serious football. It's just smaller people than what we're used to seeing in high school, college, and the pros. And the coaching is pretty much the same. It's first class. Okay. Fairview Aggies take over. First series of the second half. Quarterback keeps it around the right side, picks up a pretty good gain. That's about 8 yards. Really, no one has sustained any sort of offensive momentum. I would say it was in the first half a completely defensive stalemate. Thus the 0-0 score to start the second half here. Now, we've seen the Cullman Cyclones before. They were in that epic game against the Cullman Bearcats 2 or 3 weeks ago at Oliver Woodard Stadium in the city of Cullman. They won that game 6-0. It's bragging rights in the city for the next year. This is my first look at the Fairview Aggies youth football program. So far, so good. I'm really impressed by the whole group from fire plugs up. Here's a sweep to the left side. Nice tackle. It's number 3. He felt that when he hit the ground. Now you can't see it. It's just grass, right? But I've been very impressed by the stadiums across Cullman County, the amount of effort and energy these grounds crews put into making these fields plush and green. I can't imagine the man and woman hours that go into this. These are, I've not seen a bad field yet. It's impressive. All right, third down. About 4 yards to go. Fairview Aggies. Sweep. He's going to get the first down. He's going to go farther. 32. He's down the sideline. Oh! Ankle tackle saved a touchdown. That fullback ran like a halfback, didn't he? Good job on that. Okay, this is the first time we've seen either of these clubs really kind of get into each other's red zone, I think. I believe that's where we're at.
Let's go! Get the play!
As you can tell, the Fairview team likes to keep it moving fast. They're not a plodding team. They like to keep it going.
You make us or break us. Let's go.
First and 10. At the 24-yard line. It's not quite the red zone. The field is not marked with numbers, so I can't tell exactly where I'm at times. That didn't go very far. Little sweep around the right side.
Number 19.
Gosh, we've got a celebrity who's joined us tonight, Jake Chumley. Also Jonathan Kennedy. He's a regular to youth sports. All right, second down. Looks like still about 10 yards to go. Fairview Aggies against the Cullman Cyclones. Score 0-0. Just starting out in the second half here. Here he comes. Same play. The guy's a machine. He's not going to be stopped. He's dragging 4 or 5 Cyclones with him. He's down to the 11-yard line. That's one big man. He's lost a shoe. He needs to go to Quality Automotive to get that shoe put back on.
Pull back. Go. Hurry up, Kel. Get ready, buddy. Hurry up. Help him, guys.
I predict we will see that play again before the night's out. He's ran it for big yards twice. First and 10 from about the 11, 12-yard line. Fairview threatening for the first score in the game. Quarterback sneak. Not really. There's just a lot of bodies flying there. Not much yardage. They picked up a yard, half a yard. The referees in this game have been outstanding. They have thrown a few flags. They've let them play a little bit. Only when necessary have they called infractions. These guys can easily, I don't know if they're officiating on the high school level or not, but they easily could. They're smart guys. I talked to them on the sideline. High IQ. Really a pleasure to talk with. Second down. Sweep to the right, number 17. Oh, what a defensive play. That loses about 7 yards. That's what the Cyclones needed to push him back a little bit. That stopped the momentum for sure. Back in the game comes the stud running back from the Aggies, 32. We've got third down and, gosh, a really long ways to go. What is that, about 20? Well, not 20, about 17 yards. About 2 minutes left in the third quarter here. Cullman County Youth Football. There it is. They're just handing his number 32 and taking it off the left side. That's the play that's working. That's not going to get him a first down, though. But it's Cullman Youth Football. It's the biggest game of the regular season, probably of the whole season until we get to the playoffs. The two big undefeated teams in the Peewee division, the 5th and 6th graders. Cullman Cyclones, they are 4-0. Fairview Aggies, 5-0. No score right now. It's a defensive battle. Fairview's threatening just a little bit. There's 32 around the right side, testing that side of the field. He just makes contact and carries people. He gets an additional 3 or 4 yards minimum every time he gets the ball and makes any kind of superficial contact. I think that's going to turn it over on downs. Didn't quite get the first down. They're about 5 yards away. So that's going to leave the Cyclones taking it over down here where they're going to spot the ball. They're thinking about, I think it's going to be down here about the 10-yard line. Let's see. Yeah. Cyclones will take over on their 10-yard line. They're heading towards the south. Scoreless tie here deep into the third quarter. We've got a late arriver, number 21. I think that's enough men on the field now. Nice little run over the left tackle. Second down.
Number 21, Calvin on the carry. Brought down by Eli Raw.
Another celebrity joining us tonight, Joey Duncan, police officer, City of Cullman. I don't know if Joey was working today, but it was a day of 1050s, which, for those who don't know what a 1050 is, a day of wrecks all over Cullman County. It was wild. They're moving the chains. Looks like we had a penalty. Holding on the Fairview Aggies. That helps get some operating room for the Cyclones. They're out about the 10, 20, 30-yard line right now in their own territory. We've got Fairview has got to get a timeout. They didn't like what they saw there. Somebody's going to get a little talking to in this huddle.
Stay to the front. Stay to the front. We are Fairview Aggies, so we don't do that crap. You understand? Yes, sir. Remind us we play hard, we play hard.
That's the head coach telling them how Fairview Aggies play football. I think he thought that previous play is not how the Aggies are supposed to play football. I think they just got the message. All right, about a minute left in the third quarter. Scoreless tie. Fairview Aggies against the Cullman Cyclones. Both teams undefeated. This will have playoff implications for all of the Peewee division and the Cullman County Youth Football Association. They're airing it out. It's got a man open. Number 6 catches it. Wow. Long pass play. You don't see that very much in youth football. That shoot up about 23 yards there. Cyclones. Air cyclone, I guess is what you call that.
First and 10 for the Cyclones.
All right, we're first and 10. We're about the 45-yard line of Fairview Aggies. They're across midfield. He's going to throw it again out to the left flat. Caught. Good defensive play. It was about no gain.
Pass is completed to L.J. Turner. Shot made by number 3, Eli Frost.
We're about to run out of time here in the third quarter, down to about 25 seconds. We're up on the far hash mark. Little handoff over the right side. He's got a lot of blocking. He's bouncing out to the outside. Great defense. The Aggies just extended out over the sideline and kept him from turning it up at the edge and going downfield.
That brings it into the third quarter.
And that's the end of the third quarter. We're going to change sidelines here. We're going to go over on the Cullman Cyclones side of the field. You can see the scoreboard in the distance here at Dafford Smith Stadium, 0-0. Third quarter ends. It's going to be one of those games in Cullman County Youth Football Association where it's defense. Any score is probably going to win it here, it looks like. It's going well.
Oh man, another stressful ball.
You were going to have an ulcer before this season's over.
I know, yeah. I'm going to be old for the time.
That's our head coach for the Cyclones. He's been through this sort of stuff before. He acts like he's stressed. I don't think he really is. Working for the sheriff's office, you don't let youth football stress you out too much. All right, we're starting the fourth quarter. We've got 8 minutes. Scoreless tie. Cyclones moving the ball. Got a little bit of drive going here. Looked like a fake reverse. And kind of off right tackle. Not much going there. Let's check out our cheerleaders. Well, we're back. Dafford Smith Stadium, town of Fairview. You know, the tough thing with these satellites, broadband, internet, you know, it's sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know where we shut down transmission, but we're deep into the fourth quarter, about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. The Cullman Cyclones just a moment ago marched down the field for the first scoring of the whole night. They punched in a 2-point conversion. They're ahead 8-0. Fairview's got the ball back on their own 35. They're facing about third and 20. Cullman has one more timeout on their side. They've taken it. This is a big play right here, and the Aggies need to do something on 3rd and 20. I mean, they need to respond. They're down 8-0 in the biggest game so far of the regular season in Cullman County Youth Football Association. For those who are just tuning in, it's the Cyclones of Cullman. They are 4-0, leading the Western Conference of the association against the Fairview Aggies, who are 5-0, unbeaten, leading the East. This has playoff implications. It's the two best 5th and 6th grade Peewee teams in the county, I think, by record and just by the eye test. It's a big game. It's about as big as it's going to get until the playoffs. We're deep in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. As I said a moment ago, the Cyclones finally mounted a drive and a defensive struggle out here, and it took it pretty much the whole 65 yards on a long, sustained drive for the score and a 2-point conversion. All right, here goes the Aggies. 3rd and 20. They need to do something right here. They got to get back in the game. I think they're going to have to go for it here on 4th down. Looks like we might have had another timeout. No? Fairview has elected to punt, so we're going to take it down here to the 35-yard line. That was a smart coaching move. Let them push the Cyclones back in their own field and force them to go 65 yards for the score. We're about to run out of time. 3 minutes left. The Aggies, if they hope to win, have got to do a 3-and-out shutdown here. Some more celebrities: Justin Prince, Michelle Lee.